Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Sun National Bank, QualCare Inc., a local managed care company covering 750,000 New Jersey residents, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. Fedway Associates, Inc., the Russell Berry Foundation, and by Cohn Resnick, providing accounting, tax, and advisory services for more than 90 years.
This is One-on-One.
When you first heard that they were doing Charlie Rose and Gayle King, didn't you go, what?
People like laughing at others, so I don't mind if the other is me.
See, you go right into the character. That's what it is.
I'm bringing families together a half an hour each week. Man, I'm doing something special.
And so I do feel successful.
Steve Adubato on location at AT&T's Global Network Operations Center. We are talking here with Samieh Franklin, who is network planning and engineering at AT&T, and also with AT&T's Aspire program and Mentoring Academy. Good to see you.
Thank you. Hi, Steve. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let's talk about this Aspire program. It's a mentoring program, right?
Yes, that's right.
Describe how you got into it and why mentoring is so important to you and AT&T.
Well, I think mentoring is the aspect for everyone to get involved with mentoring, because without mentoring, you can't move up or grow beyond from where you currently are and where you want to be.
Okay. We talked a little bit before we got on camera. You grew up in Paterson, New Jersey, went to Paterson Eastside High School?
That's correct. Yes, I graduated.
And many of the young people, we were talking to some of the executives here at AT&T. It's a commitment to helping those who are in high school and struggling. The dropout rate is huge, right, for those who are in high school. Some of the young people that you've mentored, what are some of the challenges they face?
I believe they have challenges that only you can understand if you live in that type of environment, from poverty to homelessness. The recent mentoring that we do is for homeless adolescents, teenagers, and young adults who have nowhere to go all over New Jersey, and they come to Somerset Home because they've been displaced.
They come to Somerset Home?
Yes.
Describe what goes on for them.
At Somerset Home, they have this section which is called Passages, which me and other colleagues within AT&T in all aspects of diversity, male, female, different ethnic groups, different areas of the organizations, and our employee resource groups, we all have been trained to be professional mentors for them to help them with life skills. So,
for example,
we've had our very own here from Network Operations. His name is Steve Adubato, Terrence Abiyama. They created these different techniques of doing group mentoring. So they create these PowerPoint presentations, and we do it for about 15 to 20 minutes, and we talk about ourselves, and we combine that with like managing techniques, how to do day-to-day operations, STEM fields. We tie in STEM. So
STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math.
Yes, we make it fun though. We don't want them to go there and go to sleep like they're in school again.
For a 16 or 17-year-old?
Exactly, we have to. Because if we make it, boring, they'll feel like they're in school again, and we don't want that type of atmosphere. We want to seem like an extended friend or like a guardian angel that we just came in and we took them away.
Why do you do it?
I do it because I have people that done it for me. I wouldn't be here with you now if I didn't have anybody to help me out. I'm from Paterson, New Jersey.
Seriously, why do you say that?
Because you have to break away from the norm. When you grow up in certain areas, if you're from an urban area or if you're from a suburban area and that's all you know, then you can't get along with everyone. But when you have different mentors that's different than you, you learn so much from them and you become a bigger person and a better person, and you're able to share different things. Like, when people have children, you click right away. Oh, my kid can do this, and my kid can do that, and my kid can do this and that. And so when you have that click, that's great. But when you don't have that click, like I'm a female and you're a male, what do we talk about? But we talk about our differences, and then we overcome those, and then we become better people.
You told me right before we got on camera that even though you've been an AT&T mentor, that even though you're teaching young people and you're proud to be in the program, you've learned a great deal. Describe that for our audience.
Yes. When you're a mentor, you have to keep an open mind, just like I was trying to explain of the differences. When you're a mentor, you're guiding people to do what they want to do. You have to make sure that you're understanding what they want. If I want to become a manager, make sure that I become a manager, and you give them the different ways of becoming a manager and the different hurdles that you cross and things of that nature. But also, they'll teach you a couple of things too. For instance, I had a mentee tell me, you guys complain about your jobs and you went to school all this long time and all these things, but imagine not being able to eat every day. And then you come back to reality and say, wow, that's deep. So I learned something to be more appreciative of what I have.
What do you think it says about this company that it has invested in not just the people, but a lot of money in this initiative? What do you think it says about the company and its commitment to these young people?
I don't think we should necessarily look at the money factor. We should look at the involvement factor of people, because we so focus on money so much that we forget the facts of true life. Like, if you don't think about what I can do for you right now, the kids, that's what they look for. Oh, I need this, I need that. And those aren't the things they need. They just need to be loved, and that's what we should focus on.
It's funny, you're saying that while money is relevant,
yes,
people are even more important. Investment of people in other people, particularly those younger people.
Yes, I think we need money, of course. We all do. That's why I come to work. But the volunteerism aspect, that's from love. All the mentors and people working night shifts, Terrence Francis, different network managers here.
Teaching young people what? Life skills.
Life skills, things that they learned previously in their lives that sometimes we wish we could have done differently, just didn't get a chance to.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
This is the 50th anniversary of Turtleback Zoo, a gala. Everyone wants to be here. This is the place to be. Pleasantdale Chateau would not have happened without Joe D. He'll say there's no I in team. He's right, but you need a quarterback. Joe, 50th anniversary, the governor is the honorary chair. You put it together. Barry Ostrowski is the gala chair tonight. How proud are you?
I couldn't be more happy and more pleased in what's happening here tonight, because for us to get where we were since 1995 when they wanted to close the zoo.
Yeah, describe that.
Well, listen, it was nobody's fault. The previous administration decided for the best interest of the animals was to close the zoo because they weren't being taken care of. Nobody was coming. Nobody was paying. There was no revenue that was coming in. So that was their decision. But what happened is the people came out and said, no, we don't want to close the zoo. We'll make it work. And then when I became the county exec, I put together a strong team and put the right leadership in the zoo and got together with the corporations and the foundations and the state and agreed.
Private money.
A lot of private money.
And private-public partnership.
Absolutely. And that's the only way it could work. But also, besides that and having the dollars, you need to have the public. You need to have them engaged. And what's happened is not only people from Essex County, but out throughout the state of New Jersey. And I'm so proud, be where we were, closed in 1995 to where we are today.
Describe today the things that you love the most about it. The Sea Lion exhibit was the best, but there's more.
Listen, every exhibit we have is the best. That's the latest one.
Some of the highlights.
Listen, we have our cat exhibit that we just opened. Investors Bank is just donated to our dinosaur park. We also have a new pavilion area for people to be able to eat.
What about the hospital?
Well, the hospital was the first thing we had to build because you need to get AZA accreditation. Without the hospital, we would not be where we're at.
Take care of those animals.
Well, you have to take care of them, and we do that, and we have professionals that do that. We have our own vet on staff to making sure that they do a good job. But this is an exciting time for Essex County, but for the entire state, for us to be the #1 zoo. We're going to hit over 600,000 people. We are self-sufficient. Imagine from a zoo that was going to close down in 1995 to being self-sufficient. Not too many zoos could say that. But it's a team effort. It's not myself. It's a team that I assembled. But most importantly, the credit goes to the people of Essex County, the 800,000 people that came out and said, no, we don't want to close the zoo.
We're here with Governor Chris Christie, who is the chair, proud to be the chair of the 50th anniversary Turtleback Zoo. Why did you say yes so easily when the county executive asked you?
Well, because I came to the Turtleback Zoo for the first time when I was 5 years old. My mother and grandmother brought me here 45 years ago. And so when Joe asked me, I have great memories from the Turtleback Zoo, brought my own children here. And so to be a part of this tonight is really wonderful.
Real quick, before I let you go, when you came here for the sea lion exhibit, talk about your daughter being here and what that was like.
Well, listen, Bridget had a great time, and she and Joe D are now like fast friends. And so that's really the biggest thing that came out. We fed the stingrays, and we went and saw the sea lions.
You look nervous doing that.
During the stingray, of course I was nervous. Any smart adult would be nervous.
I didn't try.
Only kids are not nervous. Yeah, I noticed you didn't try. But now Bridget and Joe D are friends. When I talk to Joe, in the morning she yells into the phone. They're old friends, and so it's great. It's great to see what's been done with the zoo. From the time when I was a kid to now, the things that are there, the upkeep of the zoo. It's just a beautiful place to bring your family. And I think events like tonight are so important to be able to make sure that we continue to let it grow and be self-sustaining, which I know Joe's very proud of.
Now, you cannot have a 50th anniversary for Turtleback Zoo without Buddy Velastro, the cake boss. Now, I know the county executive and the governor made a personal plea to you, Buddy, to make a very special cake for the 50th anniversary of the zoo. What do you have in store?
Well, to tell you the truth, they didn't even have to call and ask me because, as a matter of fact, I live not too far from the zoo, and me and my family go to the zoo. So we love the Turtleback Zoo, and all that Joe and the governor, the support, and what they've did to that zoo over the last 8 years is phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't be happier with it. So when they asked me to do a cake, I had to, up the ante. And we really focused on the sea lions because that's probably my favorite exhibit there. So we did something really sea lion themed, and we got some people. Everybody's gonna love it.
Before I let you go, Buddy, you get asked by so many people to be involved in so many things, so many causes, and you do give a lot of time. What about this particular cause? I mean, I know your kids love the zoo because every time you hear the words, hey, Buddy's there with his family, but you're a community guy.
Well, look, honestly, I'm a son of New Jersey. I'm really, really proud to be from New Jersey and help my community. And honestly, when we do the show and see it all over the world, I want people all over the world to know how proud we are to be from New Jersey and how many great treasures we have, like the Turtleback Zoo. So, it's just an easy gift for me. And my parents taught me it's in giving that we receive. And I feel that if you do good things come to you. And I always give back.
You cannot have a huge event like this without a chairman. Barry Ostrowski, who is the president and CEO of Barnabas Health. You're the chair. I mean, the governor's the honorary chair. Joe D put this together, but you are the chair. Talk about why the zoo is so special right up the street from St. Barnabas.
It's true. Well, Barnabas Health and St. Barnabas Medical Center are community facilities. Our very purpose for being is to treat the community when they're sick and hopefully keep them well. The zoo is also a community resource. The zoo provides great educational and enjoyment opportunities for everyone in the society. So it's just a natural connection for those of us that are in the community business to feel close to one another. Of course, Joe D is just a very special guy. I'd say you can't say no when he asks, but this was easy anyway. So he's the best, and of course having the governor here tonight makes it all that much more special. So I'm really excited about this evening.
We have Jeremy Goodman, the director of Turtleback Zoo. You were not here for all 50 years, but you are here now. Put it in context for everyone, Jeremy. Where does Turtleback Zoo rank in the rest of the country as zoos go?
I think we're certainly within the top 10 in the country right now.
New Jersey Monthly says #1.
We're #1 in Jersey for sure. And within the country, we've been moving up steadily throughout the last decade since Joe's been here and since I've been here for the last 10 years. We've been climbing that ladder, and we're nationally recognized right now. And I think we're definitely cracked the top 10 nationwide.
We're going to be showing some video right now of what Jeremy's going to talk about. Talk about some of the exhibits that make this place so special.
Well, we just opened the Sea Lion Sound, which is phenomenal. When we had the governor there for the opening with the touch tank.
The governor was there with his daughter, right?
Yes, yes, and she was the first one to actually feed the stingrays, and it was just a phenomenal opening, and we've carried that on, and the public's just absolutely fallen in love with that exhibit. And we have our new dinosaur playground coming up this year as well. We're really excited about that. New boating coming up, and then all of our older exhibits, which are still very new. Our Gibbon exhibit, our reptile house, our petting farm, our big cat country, just one thing, surprises around every corner.
One of our very distinguished honorees, Mark Burson, is here. Mark, you were here not just for this gala, but you were here for the sea lion exhibit, which was great. The governor was here. He's here with his daughter. The county executive was excited. But you had this look like you're a little kid seeing that sea lion. It was great, right?
It was fabulous, just fabulous.
What do you love about this zoo? Because you've invested big time and been a huge supporter.
Well, this is for the community. This is for the children, and the education center, which is going to be built. What Joe has done, the county around it, from miniature golf to the boating to, now the boathouse and the climbing exhibit, commuting. This is what government is at its best, when it's delivering for the people, and what better than to deliver for the children. This was a facility that was going to be closed. Now that train, that carousel, is the talk of the town among the young folks. Seeing the sea lions, I happen to have the pleasure of swimming with some sea lions in the Galapagos a year ago, so it's seeing...
Right here in Essex County.
They're here in Essex County.
The Speaker of the Assembly, Sheila Oliver, is here. Not just because she's a very high-ranking government official, but because she loves this zoo, right?
I do love the zoo because what the County of Essex under Joe's leadership has done, it has created a destination place for families, and affordable. It is heightening young people's awareness of the environment and plants and animals, and it's a great experience. I mean, to just see the expressions on the faces of children when they are there, parents, grandparents, I think it has created a place where families can create memories of their own. So the zoo is more than just the animals. It is a place, I think, that memories are being made for families.
If you would like more information on this program, or if you'd like to express an opinion, email us at info@caucusnj.org. Visit us online at oneonone.org, or find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Steve Adubato, PhD.
Hi, I'm Jacqui Cooke, on location for One on One with Steve Adubato. I'm here at New Jersey Sharing Network's 3rd annual 5K walk and race, which honors organ donors and donor recipients. This walk is a symbol of hope for the 5,000 plus New Jerseyans who continue to wait for life-saving organs, and a remembrance for those who lost their lives while waiting. I had an opportunity to speak with some of the organ donors, donor recipients, and corporate community who made this event possible. I'm here with Elise Glennon, who is the Executive Director of the New Jersey Sharing Network Foundation. Elise, for people who don't know, what is the New Jersey Sharing Network?
New Jersey Sharing Network is the organ procurement organization for the state of New Jersey. Our mission is to save and enhance lives through organ and tissue donation, and we do all the organ recovery for transplant.
Tell us about the event today. It's so great out there. Thousands of people showed up. Who's coming to this event, and how many people altogether showed up?
We have close to 6,000 people on site today. We have teams that are representing donor families. They're representing organ donors and tissue donors who have passed and given the greatest gift. We have families representing recipients, those who have received that gift through organ or tissue donation. We have hospital partners, transplant centers, corporate sponsors, and the community in general all come out to support this great mission.
Last year, at the 2nd annual Race and Walk, you guys raised over $600,000. What's the goal for this year?
This year, we have increased our goal. We're shooting for $750,000 this year, and we look like we're going to make it. We have great team captains, great teams, very supportive.
Tell us about some of the sponsors. I know Pfizer is the lead sponsor of the event, but shout out some of those sponsors that are here today representing and helping out.
You know, we couldn't do this without our sponsors. Pfizer's been here since the beginning with us, since the first year. We have Novartis, we have Genentech, Wells Fargo, Investors Bank, PNC Bank, we have Robert Wood Johnson Transplant Center, Barnabas Health.
The list just keeps going,
keeps going. We have close to 40 sponsors this year, which is a significant increase over last year. It's really catching on. The corporate sponsors, the hospitals, the transplant centers, and community partners are really seeing the benefit of this event. The awareness that comes out of this single event really does increase the donor registry. It increases people's willingness to make that gift at that time. You know, they really want to support the mission, and we're so happy to have them as partners.
Why is organ donation and getting the word out and educating the community so important to you and the organization?
Well, there are over 115,000 people on the waiting list nationwide and over 5,000 just here in New Jersey. And without that education, those people don't have a chance, don't have a second chance. 18 people die every day waiting for an organ and tissue transplant. I've been here for 3 years and it is a cause very close to my heart. There are so many donor families that I have met that share wonderful stories, and they're just an inspiration to all of us.
I'm here with Morgan Johnson, who is a kidney recipient.
Yes.
Morgan, tell us why you had to receive a new kidney.
Well, when I was 18, I was diagnosed with chronic kidney disease, IgA nephropathy, which eventually led to my kidney failure and me needing a kidney transplant.
And how did you get that kidney? Because I know it wasn't just a random donor, you weren't on a donor list, but you got it from a friend, right?
I got it from a perfect stranger. She was a dear friend of mine in college. She and I had several classes together. We both commuted. We went to Keene University. We both commuted to Keene. We had several classes together. We would always hang out on campus, but I could never hang out late because I did dialysis at home while I was sleeping at night. So Kelly would always ask me to hang out with her. That's her name. And I would always tell her no. I would never give her a reason why. But one day she came to me and said, look, what's the big deal? We hang out on campus all the time. Why don't you want to hang out and party with everyone? So I finally shared with her, listen, I'm on dialysis. I need a kidney transplant. And this is why I can't hang out late with you. And at that time, she was working at the Sharing Network and had a chance to research organ donation. And after knowing her for a couple of months, she came to me and said, Morgan, I would like to give you a kidney. Now I was thinking this girl's crazy. She doesn't even know who I am. I don't like to owe people things. She has to borrow my shoes. I'd have to say yes because she gave me a kidney. But, you know, being on dialysis at 21, 22 really started to get me down. And she came to me again 6 months later and said, Morgan, if I can give you a kidney, I will. And I just assumed this is God saying, I'm going to throw you this lifeline one more time. So Kelly was the perfect stranger, the perfect match, and she'll be my sister forever.
I'm here with Frank D'Amelio, who is the CFO of Pfizer, and Pfizer is the lead sponsor of the event today, New Jersey Sharing Network's 5K Race and Walk. Tell us why it was so important for your company to be a part of this event.
Well, if you think about the Sharing Network's mission, it's about saving and enhancing lives through organ donation and transplant. And Pfizer's mission is all about extending people's lives and improving their quality of life. So the missions are very complementary. So causes like this is something we're incredibly supportive of.
And tell us about you have your team here today called Just Do It. Tell us about the team.
Yeah, so we're here today for Joe Diadio. Joe is a very dear friend of mine. He passed away in 2009. And before he passed away, he gave the gift of organ donation. And so to date, there's 70 people now whose lives have been saved and enhanced through Joe's organs and tissues. So it's very personal item for me.
Tell us why this event is so important, not just for the donor community, but the community at large here.
So when you think about organ donation, in New Jersey, there's approximately 5,000 people waiting for transplants, and nationwide, it's about 115,000. So when you think about what's going on here today and, you know, the enthusiasm, the amount of people, you know, these are the kinds of things that are needed to help address this challenge for the state and for the country.
I'm here with Sue Negrin, and Sue, today is such a special day for you. Tell us why.
Today is the 20th anniversary of my heart transplant. I received my gift of life 20 years ago from a 14-year-old girl and her wonderful family who so generously donated her heart to me. And I'm here today walking with my transplant cardiologist, Dr. Mark Zucker, my transplant coordinator, Donna Esposito, and one of my nurses, Dawn Scotto, and my entire family. It's just great.
I'm here with Dorothea, who is currently on the waiting list right now in 2 different hospitals for a kidney. Tell us why you're waiting for a kidney transplant.
I acquired a lovely autoimmune disease about 3 years ago called Wagner's granulomatosis. It's a very uncommon disease, not genetic and not contagious, and they don't know the source of it. So being treated currently through dialysis 3 times a week and you know, different medications to help suppress the immune system, and patiently waiting for a kidney.
How long have you been waiting so far?
2 years with the one hospital and 2.5 years with the other.
I'm here with Jackie Lourea, who is participating today at the New Jersey Sharing Network 5K Race and Walk. Tell us why it was important for you and your family to participate in this event today.
Well, it is so critically important to brag about my mom every time we get a chance. My mom gave the gift of life 3 Januaries ago. We lost her in a car accident, but she, at 68 years old, saved at least 3 people, and with her organ donation and her tissue donation, enhanced the lives of about 43 people and growing. So anytime we get to brag about her, and today's one of those days, and honor her and gather family and celebrate her life, that's why we're here.
And your family, talk about them, because they came from all over the United States and even further, right, to be here today.
Even further. My sister came in from Houston, Texas. My brother came in from Manhattan, so he's a localite, but I have a whole contingency that came in from Canada to be with us today to walk.
Did you know that your mom was an organ donor before she passed away?
Yeah, we did not talk about it, which is one of the things that I talk about with the community. I wish if I could ask her a question, it would be that, because we did make the decision for her. And is it the ideal thing? No, because you always have that question, well, was it the right decision? All indication is absolutely was the right decision to give the gift of life on her behalf. But we're trying to encourage every family to talk about it. You know, it's one thing to check it on the box or tell one person, but you really need to tell anybody who is close to you so that if an event happens, like it did with my family, everybody's on the same page and there's just minimal questions.
We're with Team Max's Mitzvah Movers, and Debbie, you're the mom here in this group. Tell us about your team and why you started this team.
My Team Max's Mitzvah Movers was made in honor of my son Sam Prince, who received the gift of life, a heart transplant 2 years ago. And our team was started by my son Max, and this day last year, June 9th, he had his bar mitzvah. And in honor of his bar mitzvah, he raised money for the Sharing Network, and he has committed himself to spread organ donation awareness. And this is our second year here at the Sharing Network 5K, and we're thrilled to be here.
Max, what motivated you to start this group for your brother?
Him. Sam motivated me because he's such an inspirational story, and he's such a hero to me, and how brave he is.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Sun National Bank, QualCare Inc., New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, ESC&G, Fedway Associates Inc., the Russell Berry Foundation, and by Cone Resnick. Promotional support provided by the Star Ledger and NJ.com, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.